Welcome to the Mediocre to Magnificent podcast. I'm your co-host, Braxton Matson, and your host, Lee A. Williams, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in because you are what makes this pure magnificence. You are the ripple effect of magnificence, and we are going to bring you a message that will give you insight, inspire you, motivate you, and challenge you to not only grow in your magnificence, but let you know that you are magnificent in everything you do. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Lee, man,
Yes, sir.
we are here.
You're here.
I am here. I am here today.
I'm here too.
I am here. I'm existing today.
Oh wow.
like,
Exist.
there's stuff about, I don't know. I like how you, because you're very thoughtful about like wording. Like you pick up on it.
Yeah.
But you're good at like you'll pick up on like, because you can't like if it's the wording's wrong and you're not speaking life into things,
Yeah.
you pick up like, it's like
Oh, really?
no, we get
that
term it differently.
That just happened.
I don't know if it happened or not.
No, I'm saying just now that happened.
Yeah,
That's what made you feel that.
That's
way.
what
When
made me
when I
feel
repeated back
like,
what you
oh.
said.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
Let's check the vocab on that one.
That's what that meant. Okay.
Oh,
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. But yeah, man, so I was reading like a devotional thing,
You
and
did a lot.
yeah, I do.
Daily.
I mean, I probably need to go a little deeper with it sometimes, but
Oh my goodness.
but the whole thing was about empathy.
Okay.
And one thing that was brought up was about the Good Samaritan.
Wow. Let's
So-
say this. So, because you're like, man,
Are you going to do the definition?
Yeah, I want to.
Okay, yes, do the
'Cause
definition.
people, you're
Do the
like,
definition because we
man,
might
I'm
get a little, might go
I
in
was
different
like,
directions.
When you said we're talking about empathy, I said, I got to look this up. The ability to understand and share the
share
feelings of another.
the feelings of another.
Yep.
So it's basically you kind of like in their shoes kind of deal. Is that kind of how you would feel it? I know sometimes you can't really.
That's the definition.
Yeah.
But so you said Good Samaritan,
hmm
and what are we talking about now?
So we're talking about the way it was put, and I kind of liked how they said it was. It's like empathy brings inconvenience, disruption, and complication to our lives, yet simultaneously ushers in peace, purpose, and joy.
Wow.
It does both.
Wow.
And it's like sometimes we don't make an effort because there's so many needs in the world. So I was like, I was like, yeah. It kind of sticks to you because it's like, I mean, there's been situations where I could feel empathy.
Yeah.
But it's like, how far are you going to go with that? Is it just the feeling?
Right.
Or are you going a little further with that?
So there's actually, they broke down empathy into another 3 categories. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the other 2?
So this is the, let's look at this. The effective empathy is the ability to respond to other people's emotions appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just like,
Yeah.
okay, like maybe you're saying, okay, well, they feel this way. I can relate to how they feel. Somatic empathy, the ability to feel what another person is feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The ability. So like one is like, okay, respond that, okay, this person's obviously going through something.
Right.
Now, the somatic, they're literally saying is like, okay, I actually can feel what they're feeling. And then the cognitive empathy, the ability to understand someone's response to a situation.
Okay.
But I think it's like we're wanting to get into the lane of effective empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you're saying like what it leads to, which when you just read those 3 and 3,
right,
saying like, okay, well, is my empathy going to cause me to take some form of action to do something?
Right,
Especially when you say the Good Samaritan is like, it's one thing. Oh, well, yeah, I see him. I feel for him.
Right.
He needs more than just you feeling for him.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. Because I mean, it's like in the whole story, like the first part of it, I think it's like Luke. Is it Luke? Yeah, Luke 10. You know, they had the one guy asked Jesus, like, what must I do to inherit eternal life? Right. And he knew everything. Like, Jesus asked him a question and he responded to the question to love your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Like, he knew that. And he knew that.
Right.
And he knew what he didn't have, you know, what he couldn't let go of.
Right.
But then it got down to the story about the Levite and the two men, the priest and the Levite. And that's kind of where we're getting at here.
That's where we're getting.
That's kind of where we're getting at.
I think, just before you say that, I think everybody knows the ones they're willing to face.
Yeah.
And they're willing to give up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it's something at stake, to be like, well, I'm not ready to do that. You be like, I don't know that one. I don't recite that one.
Right.
I don't tell that one. It's like, well, that's the one you need to. It's even the same way.
You know what? You're totally right. The verses that you know, and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But the ones that make you uncomfortable, those are the ones you kind of gotta like look at.
It's so interesting because I just had an experience with somebody at the gym. He'll know who he is. But and we were talking about doing some movement, doing specific movement. And what I've been challenging myself to do is anything that I struggle with or even don't like. Yeah. Like there's certain exercises you just don't like.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are the ones I do.
Like legs for me.
But you just named the whole body for it. I'm saying like whether it be like
you get more specific, like an actual like specific exercise. Like
like
machine
for
or whatever.
Instance, you despise
squats.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
You just can't stand squats
for whatever reason.
Right.
Or if you really just be truthful with yourself to say like, this is a weakness for you.
I like that term. Yeah.
Like, this is a place where you can improve.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
And you do it more than normal.
Yeah.
Like you say, if you normally would do it 1 or 2 times a week, it's like every day.
Every day.
Until it's like, I mean, and you could say like at one time it was like the assault bike was brutal.
You're right. Yeah.
The assault bike is rest now.
Right. It's rested. Yeah, because you've talked about that before. It's like, this is rest.
I'm resting right now. I'm gathering my thoughts.
Yeah.
But so we went off on a tangent. I did. But the thought process is going back to him saying, reciting them. Oh, I know this one. I know this one. I know this one. But then we start saying, okay, well, honor your mother and father.
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, keep the Sabbath, or whatever.
Right.
Don't covet. I mean, whatever.
Don't covet.
You don't throw those out. You don't throw the ones out like, oh yeah, let's go do bench press. Like you do bench press all the time. Like you're good at bench.
Right.
Your squat game needs help.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
I mean, seriously,
like your core. Your core is not.
Your core is not there.
Core's not there.
Core is not there.
If you say, okay, well, but then let's get back to empathy. When do we get to the point where we are effective? their empathy.
Yeah, because I feel like in the verse, that's what he's trying to get him to understand. It's okay. You the love your God and everything. You're good on.
You're good.
But how about the neighbor?
How about the neighbor?
Is kind of where it was going to. And the analogy of the gym and the weaknesses and what you got to work on. I mean, that's it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we get to where we're being effective with it?
So what, like when you, because I know you were talking, what when you said when you read those the three for this, like at least these three things negative, these three things positive. You can repeat it if you want, but the thought process with those is like, do you have an example of something that might be not as deep as the Good Samaritan, where you're like, well, I can help these people, or I can, but I don't really want to because it.
I think for me personally, it's more about investing time in just activities with people, like-minded people. A good example was like church. So a lot of times you'll see, fall, spring, when the school year's around, you got this typical routine you do with church. You have Wednesday nights, you have Sunday groups and things like that. You got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Summer rolls around.
You don't see them.
And it's like, what just happened? Like,
Where's everybody at?
Yeah, it's like it feels like it takes the whole flow of the school year. And then we're on vacation for summer. It's like, well, you don't really take vacation when it's like dealing with
God?
that. I mean, you can't take vacation. And but that's the thing. It's like, and there are things where you set your time and your schedule certain times of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you get this feeling of like, man, like you got to do something. Like, and it may not be like more of an empathy side, but when we talk about empathy, like with the Levite and everything, like they didn't. It's almost like the way it was put was somebody, he got injured. You take him to the hospital. They take care of him. They bandage him up. But you go the extra mile and say, okay, hey, he needs a place to stay.
He needs a place to stay, man.
So I'm gonna help him out with that till he gets up on his feet.
Right.
We'll sit there instead and be like, okay, we got him to the hospital.
That's it.
We're good.
I did my part, man.
And it's like, where do you get to that extra level? It's the same thing with the whole gym analogy. It's like the repetition of it. But and that's another thing with that is like, where can we, provide more activities or be more interactive with like-minded people and communicate? It's kind of like magnificence in a way. You can't. It's not a seasonal thing. It's an ongoing thing that has to happen. And that's kind of with the empathy side is it's a constant thing of like, okay, where can I take it to the next level?
Yeah.
From that standpoint.
So you think basically from what we read is like most people, I don't want to say like most people, but the day-to-day interactions that we've been encountering is people are only doing it on the cognitive level.
I feel like sometimes,
they're not even doing it on like I can truly relate to how they feel. They're just literally like,
it's cognitive.
I can see how they. I should empathize with that.
Yeah,
and then that's just where it stops.
And that's kind of where, wow. I feel like sometimes that's how it is. But there's a part of you. I feel like there is a part of you where it's like, I need to do more. Like it's telling you to do more, but you got to take the action.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get to the point where we feel like we got everything, all the stuff going on. And it's like you're overanalyzing the whole thing. And it could be you don't even have to do what you think you need to do. It may be just picking up the phone and have a conversation.
Picking up the phone.
Or whatever, It could be just something simple.
Yeah, being there for somebody.
Yeah, just something simple. It could be just a word. You send them a text or whatever. It could be that simple as for taking an action.
and we get so bogged down.
Do you have somebody that you could like? You got to take action today with that on?
I probably if I sit with it, yeah, I know I probably do.
Really?
If I sit with it, I probably do. Yeah.
Somebody needs a text from you, huh?
Text, call,
knock at the door.
Yeah. Something.
To
But
make
that's
it
effective.
effective.
To make it effective.
Or
I like that though, man.
to make it magnificent compared to mediocre.
Yeah. I mean, really. I mean, that's really what we're talking about, magnificence. That's what it is. It's doing more than just,
Status quo.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what was on my mind about it. When I read that.
Man.
I read it, I was like, man, yeah, that makes some sense. Just how do you take it and improve on it?
So that like within the groups, man, you're saying that it goes with the cycle of the school year, or like
It kind of
breaks or something like that. So people are like,
it kind of does.
Is it just because people are taking their trips and stuff? And
well, it's that too.
They're taking vacation, so it's like we're not gonna plan something because we're not here.
Right.
We're gone.
Or we have a schedule. Yeah, there's.
But is it like how does it? If you were to think about what do you do to be like for next year, next season, that doesn't happen, or there's a place for somebody that might not be on vacation.
Right. It's definitely a collaborative effort because there are a few that are like they really
They're there.
They're there.
So it's like that's the part of like is so. The only reason I picked up on that is because to say, hey, is that entwined with you doing more? Where it's like, man, I don't have time. I got so much going on. It's like, well, you could play a role and fill in a few nights or a few times. So it's like,
that's what I love about it though, because when you have that group. And you have that certain few that are in that at that level.
Yeah.
They can facilitate it and do it, and then it's like, as it grows,
we need somebody.
You get more and more involved, and you get more things going on.
We need somebody, man.
Right.
I need you to do something, man.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
yeah.
Or
you would be so surprised if you just open your home, and it may not. You might just have one person come, but it matters.
Oh yeah,
it matters.
Yeah, that one person that's wanting to find their way.
Yeah,
you gotta help them, man.
I mean, it's the same thing with your church.
You gotta help them, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Somebody might have needed this. You might have been the one needed it.
Probably.
That's usually what it ends up. What you teach on is what you need.
Yeah, usually it is.
The most.
That's it.
But yeah, hopefully someone else needs it too, man. Yeah, like stop just being cognitive, man.
Yeah.
Get to the level of effective and do something.
Get effective with it. Do something with it. And don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it.
And that's what you, like you said, if you think, and I'm not saying, because, people, like you might, I might leave here today and see somebody.
Right.
Sign, need help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you be like, you just blow past them.
Right.
Oh, they're just going to buy.
You're gonna do X, Y, Z with it or whatever.
It's like that's not our place. You just do what you do what you're able to do.
And we've talked about that before. It's like, if they've got a sign out there, and it's like homeless, or I need food or something.
Yeah.
You ain't got to give them money.
Right.
You can say, hey, well, I'll take you over and get something to eat.
I'll take you to get something to eat, man. But so I'm saying, like, you have to pass the test. The reason why I'm saying that is you have to pass the test at the level you're at. So if you're like, man, you're the person that just blows past the person, try to act like you don't even see him.
We got some work.
You look the other way. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
If that's the level you're at, it's like, okay, make eye contact with them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's another level.
Just make eye contact.
Eye contact. Let's get to the eye contact.
Let's just do that.
Just do eye contact and
then if you're like, okay, and then if you graduate, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give him a few dollars, like,
right.
And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna take him and buy something to eat,
right?
we're not saying first test, first circumstance. You're like,
Go all in.
you got to go like, oh, baby, we got a guest tonight.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
but
don't need to
if
get
that's
to
the
that
level you're at,
But if you're at that
if
level,
that's the level you're at, then
yeah.
like
By
you got
all
to
means.
pass your test. When he says, hey, and you're reciting, oh, I know this, you're like, well, you didn't take the man home.
You're right.
He said he was homeless.
Right.
So, to what level are you going to be empathetic? And is it going to be effective?
I like it, man.
Yes, sir. Well, if you like it, I love it. Later.
That's it.
Till next time.
This is your co-host here, Braxton Matson, and Lee and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we did making it, but we couldn't do it without you. So please hit that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know what topic or subject that you would like us to talk about in your journey from mediocre to magnificent. But most of all, share it. Be the ripple effect of magnificence and know that you are magnificent in everything you do. Till next time.